Dick Ray with HomeSmart, a Park Bench ambassador, and I'm here to introduce the owners and the operators of JukeBox Dance Studio. Could you introduce yourself?
Yes. Again, my name is Leah Bancod Roman. Ooh, we just got married.
Okay.
My name is RaeRae Bancod Roman.
And they are the...
Oh, we're the co-directors of the JukeBox Grounds.
Studio, yeah.
And I am James Mansour, and I am the administrative director here at the JukeBox.
And I am Marina Mansour, and I do all operations and management.
Awesome. Thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
for having us.
Yeah. So what we're meeting here today so that we can learn more about JukeBox Studio. So can you tell me, describe your business for us?
Yes.
Yeah, so the JukeBox, we are movement space and a dance studio, and we're dedicated to providing classes for all ages, and based on street styles and movement exploration and other styles, as including contemporary and also sometimes yoga, and also Tai Chi. But we also provide a space for open mics, battles. People can rent out the space for painting events and different things like that. So.
Well, that's fascinating. Okay, so what made you guys start this? Where did it begin?
Well, these two ladies had been doing it for a long time, and James kind of found them and wrangled them and was like, what are you guys doing? Do you want to open a dance studio and open a business? So really it was because you saw their talent, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So the JukeBox has basically incorporated all elements of the hip-hop culture and put it under one roof. When we first got started, the ladies had already had like a stronghold on the dance community, as well as like the choreography, the different street styles of dance. And basically, just approached him with the idea of, wanting to put it and structure it a little bit more and still kind of hold on to the roots of the culture to where it doesn't get lost in mainstream. And it's just kind of evolved into what it is now. And it continues to evolve. So, we might have to do another interview later on down the road.
Absolutely, we'll be there.
So it to sum it up, it incorporates all elements of the hip hop culture under one roof.
Which is it? Dance, break dancing or breaking, MCing, DJing, and graffiti.
Yes.
And you guys do your own choreography, right? You create the own choreography for any of the dances?
Yes. We create the choreography, but we also pride ourselves to be able to bring up our students to be able to be teachers as well and to be able to choreograph. So some students that we've had for starting 5 years ago or 6 years ago are now teachers here.
Wonderful. So how many classes a week do you hold?
Between 15 and 20. You have to go through those,
right,
but around that time.
Because it changes, right? So I wanted to ask you, where are you from originally?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I moved here 25 years ago. Yes.
And what about you?
I was born in the Philippines, Manila, Philippines, and I've been here for 25 years.
Yeah.
Also in Arizona.
Wow,
Great.
yeah. I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York, and I've been out here since 1998, so about 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And Arizona native, woohoo!
Woo!
Always fun, right?
Yeah.
We hope.
Yeah.
How long has JukeBox been teaching?
We opened up our first classes back in 2010, and we were in a very small space when we first started our classes, and so that's when we first started teaching. And then we met. We've known James for a while in the club scene, but we met up with him and partnered up in 2016. Yeah, and then so we started off as the JukeBox Dance Studio, and meeting with him and collaborating, the JukeBox Grounds was born.
Oh, wonderful. So what all different classes do you teach?
We have different street styles, and that includes crump, popping, breaking, whacking, Vogue, house. And then we also have movement exploration classes where those are focused more on freestyle and to help our students find their individual styles and being able to think on the spot. And we also have choreography classes where our students learn a combination of movements. They practice being able to remember their retention and being able to perform. And if they want to pursue a career on stage, we help them to get ready for that.
And we also have classes for beginners, beginner adults, beginner kids, so pretty much all ages they can come and learn.
That's
And it's
awesome.
kind of our favorite,
The beginner classes, yeah.
Beginners
Because
are the favorite.
people surprise you. Yeah, they're great. People are great.
We do also offer like workshops,
Oh yeah, we'll
as
bring-
well as like specialty type classes from time to time, just depending on like master. Sometimes we'll have like master instructors that will be in town and
Yeah, from different states.
from different states, even different countries. We'll be able to get a real quick pop-up workshop where they'll be able to come in and, you know, our students will be able to take their class. Whereas like, you know, sometimes you never get to actually take a class from someone of, you know, that.
And since like they have all been in the community for so long and like in the culture, they're connected with a lot of like OGs. So like you get a lot of OGs from the East Coast, like the graffiti writers, dancers. You know, I think this hat, Grandmaster with Theodore. Wasn't he like a scratch guy or something? Yeah. And he was here in our studio, and he's like a legend. So it's really cool.
That's amazing. So do all of your students compete, or do they do it for their own entertainment?
We have students here that do it for their own entertainment and they want to just do it for fun. And we also have teams where they have to audition to be part of the team or try out, and we get them ready to compete.
I see a lot of trophies in this space, so there's no doubt that you do a lot of competitions and that you're very good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
we do.
besides teaching, what else does JukeBox Studios offer?
Yes, so we also provide, we produce dance and theater productions. So we do different spins off of stories, and we do like a hip hop twist to it. One example that we did was A Christmas Carol, and we did a hip hop twist, and we call it Step Into a World. And at these theater productions, we do dance numbers, but we also have one of our dance parents here too. She's a acting coach. Yes, Tina. She's amazing.
Pretty much a professional.
Yeah. Yes.
Producer, writer.
Yeah, Tina and Marina together, they produce these plays, and they help coach our dancers here that maybe not haven't danced or acted before, but they get them ready for it. Yeah, so they get acting lines, and then and it's a wonderful thing. And we have one coming up, which is a twist on The Wizard of Oz. Which I'll pass Marina to talk
so
about.
we're really
more.
excited about this one. Again, Step Into a World. JB Wizard of Oz has a hip hop culture inspiration, and it's kind of based off of the dance studio here, and we'll be working on getting it out for the community to see in March.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
We'll have to have another chat then.
yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted to ask, is there anything else that you guys want to share? What do you want folks to know about your studio?
One thing I would like for people to know and about the JukeBox is that we have a saying here, and it's give stupid a chance. And just saying that you don't know, you may think that it's weird, or you may think that it's uncomfortable, or you may think that it's stupid, but you won't know unless you try it. And sometimes the most weirdest things, or the most things that people look down upon, can start a whole new culture and can start a wave and can really change the game. And we, at the JukeBox, we want to provide that space for people to find that mistake that could really change their life. So
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. True.
So Marina, you were telling me a little bit about what you envision JukeBox as. Could you put that in a nutshell for us?
Yeah, so one of the things that inspired me the most to support not only Leah and Ray, but the community here, is that it's not just a dance studio, it's a space to support the community and to teach the community. So another thing that we say, or that we have here, is knowledge, diversity, and heart. And that's kind of the things that we push, not only here, but as much within the community as possible. And doing things that can show the community what we're all about. Going to events, volunteering, doing things in the community as much as we can, so that we can make our local space and our local community a better place by, being the change.
Yeah.
That's cliche, but yeah, it's amazing, and these ladies are incredible, and my husband has done so much too, and it's great. Everything just kind of fell into place, and it's beautiful. So.
Well, I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to meet with us today. We really wanted to present this business so that everyone can get an opportunity to see it.
Yeah.
So.
And come on by and check us out.
Yeah.
So we have a prep up, and this style was created by Don Campbell Locke. And the way that it was made was him completely being himself. And at first, people laughed at him because he was different. But because of that, he believed in himself, and a culture was born. Now we're going to show you popping. So the style is all about hitting that snare. There's some waving elements in there, and tutting elements in there. Looking a little unreal. Oh, animation. Yes. Good. And out. Now, I'm going to show you whacking. Yes. And whacking was created in LA, and it was by the LGBTQ community. And when it was created, it was during a time that people of that time were not able to be themselves. They were afraid, so they would be able to express themselves, in the club. And they would do movements, strong movements, striking loud, striking with force, based on poses, Hollywood, dramatics, and yes, and it was all about them being able to express themselves fully and unapologetically. Yes. Crump? Let's get it. All right, explain as I do this. Crump was created in the South California, yes, and early South Central, early 2000s. Creators are Tight Eyes, Miho, Miss Prissy, and it's about being strong, being able to express yourself fully. Yeah, really using the power within yourself, using your chest, strong arm placements, jabs, creating the energy from the ground up, and pushing it out. Poses.
I love it.
And yes, those are some of the styles. We can keep going, but we're going to stop.
Breaking!
Yeah. Breaking! Whoa, wait, we got to do breaking.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So original style, of course, breaking. It originally started as just like a top rock back in the 70s. A lot of the Latin, they used to do a lot of hip movement. And so when they started, shuffling the beats and throwing on the drums, they would start throwing the legs in there, throwing that hip movement out there. And then just all of a sudden, I can't remember who it was. I wish I knew my history a little bit better, but somebody decided to take it down to the ground. And when they started doing the groundwork, started shuffling back and forth, throwing that top rock in. And then of course they had freezes, which were just, and then power moves, which I'm not gonna get into here, but that would be like your head spins, your windmills, your flares and stuff like that. But original would be your up rock, and as long as you're up rocking, basically just moving that top body and stuff like that, you're basically breaking. Then there's another one, which is house. The difference between house and breaking is breaking is a little bit more aggressive, where you're in a forward movement, where house is a little bit more on the backs of your feet, where you're leaning back a little bit and doing some out movements, Not as aggressive, but pretty similar. So those are two styles right there.
Yay!